Hello, we're back again. Just very quickly there. The storage system was just indicating it was going to cut out on me. So I just had to go and clear that and then come back in again. So second take 2. So as I said, some people that I've just been on my Wing It Wednesday with have just toddled off to the British Sewing Bee. So I know that's popular over here in the UK. So they'll be watching on replay, but they have chosen the colour palette for tonight. So let me move you across. This is our colour palette. The set I'm going to be using today is two-tone Flora. It's one that was in the mini catalogue before and has held over. Now, I didn't own this before, only when we knew it was going to be carrying over. And as you can see, the stamp set hasn't actually been christened. So I'm going to take that off here just for today because I want to get to my stamps. So this is just on to protect them. I normally store them with the plastic sheet on so that they don't, when they start to lose their stickiness, we can wash them, but we can actually just make sure that that just protects them from any dies that might fall out, etc. So this set has actually got a lovely die set with it. So this is a background stamp. It's got some floral images in there and some leaf images, and the dies, of course, and the leaves that go with that set. So I'm going to crack on with this. I hope we'll have some people join in later, but as it's Sewing Bee, I'm just whoever joins in. Okay. The colours I'm going to use for my primary colours on the flowers are going to be the Berry Burst and Bubble Bath here, these two. So I've already cut some layers for those, so we're ready to go. These are going to be my the centres and the leaves perhaps. And then this, I've got a background stamp that I've not shared with you before. I'm just looking because I've put it somewhere. Put it down underneath here. I've buried it already, look. And there we go. So this is the other one I'm going to be using. This is a new one. Hi, Carol. You love that set. I'm christening mine, Carol. You often get to see the new things I've got on there. I'm going to be using Sketch Plaid because I was looking for a background. The single die that I had just then was a little bit too heavy for what I wanted to do. So I'm going to have this as a background, a plaid background. And the girls who have just been on Wing It Wednesday with me have suggested Tahitian Tide to lift because the blue tinges to come through with the pinks. So we're going to see how we go. Will catch me on catch up. That's fine. Are you a Sewing Bee fan, Gillian? Possibly. So anyway, I'm going to take these layers out of the way because I've cut those 3, and we're going to leave these here just on the side out of reach, just while I just get myself together. So I'm going to be using this one. So I kind of need a really big block for this one. So I'm just going to grab my extra large block. I've got one here, but it's not big enough. I had one the other day and I think I've put it away again. So let's just grab that. Got 2 cases out now. So this is our largest size block. So I'm just going to lay that down on the top there. Okay, like so. Okay, we're not used to using these really big blocks because of the Stamparatus, but now as we can no longer use that, we can't sell it anymore. This is our next best go for it. So what I've got here somewhere, I've used my palette colours in here. So this is how we chose online as to how to choose. I could see these 2 colours together, the Bubble Bath and the Berry Burst. And then we've chosen the other ones from that. And this is the one Susie chose as the blue. So she's going to catch up on replay. So we have Susie to blame. She's not online with me. So I'm going to take this one. I've got a clipboard here. I've just put some plain copy paper on here so that the edge of this is going to go over like so. Now I'm going to show you 2 ways, because if you want to get your straight lines to line up on here with a big stamp, it can be quite difficult. So I'm going to show you a different way of doing this. We take one sheet out and we're going to fold it in half. Okay, like so. So what we can do is have this upwards. We look for the ink pad that we were going to use for this one, and we tap on the back this way up. Okay, I'll try not to jiggle the camera. Remove that out of the way for a sec. I think this colour is quite strong. So I'm kind of tempted to stamp this off first. Now with cardstock, because it's a loose layer, we have two chances. We have the emergency side. So I'm just going to stamp this one down, tap all over so I get some ink off. Okay, a nice strong colour there. And then I'm going to lay my cardstock on here. I want it to be straight in line with the lines that we've got on here. So I'm going to place that like so, without smudging it, just as it is there. I'm going to place this piece of paper over the top, and now I'm going to hold it very firmly with one hand, and I'm going to press on here. Now you know what I can use? This is the puck that I used to use for the Stamparatus. So we can use that on it. But I've got large hands, but I wanted to show you this because without having the Stamparatus now in the catalogue, I thought it would be a good way to show you how you can do it without having to hold that great big block. Okay, so that one I had got a little blot in there. I'm not overly worried about that because, let's tilt that camera slightly towards me, there you go. I'm not overly worried about that because I can cover that with a flower. So we can position our leaves and our flowers where we would like those to be. Hi Sue, hi Helen. And she's tagged Maxine as well. There we go. Lovely to see you. So, like I say, I'm not worried about that. I pressed a little bit hard. There's a bubble under there. I can see when this stamp has been mounted, there's a bubble the other side, which has made that. So just something to be wary of. I like it better, I think, with the stamped off image. But we're going to make the flowers up before we decide where we're sticking this. If we decide we like this one rather than this one, I will stamp it again on the other side. Okay, so that's that piece done. And I can leave that for this. I'm going to put that aside. These are going to be the two layers. I've cut these. This is a base card. I've just cut in half, and I've put this layer on. It's slightly smaller, and then this one was slightly smaller again. So I'd normally put flowers down the bottom. So I'm going to hold that one on there for now, like so. Okay, you can just see enough of the white there. Our white is a kind of off-white, so it looks a creamier with these against the copy paper, but I can assure you that is a white, basic white card. Okay, so now we're going to go across and do our flowers. So if you want to just take that one off for now, and we can use this as our mat today. The reason being, the show that I did at the weekend, I loaded up the car again and went over to Lincolnshire to see some dear friends over there, and one lady down from Coventry and the Lincolnshire lady. So I've got lots of stuff in my car again, and I haven't unpacked everything today. So we're just going to grab a few blocks and see which flowers we'd like to use first. I love this big one here, okay, but I would like to put some smaller ones in there as well. So I think we're going to do these as the solids and these as the backgrounds, and these as the detailed ones. So the largest and the smallest, that one with that one. So I'll leave those off and leave that one off. So they're the solids and they're the sides. Come back to those in a sec. I'm going to use this one for my largest image. Okay, and then this one for the infill. So that's going to go first, that's going to go second. In fact, if I turn that around that way, we will go the same way across. Okay, and then these two can come on longer blocks. This is going to be the problem lining this one up. Okay, so again, I've got a little tip for you, I think, with these as well. Just turn that one round. That looks like the top. I've got the sides to get hold of on this one, so they're going to be our layers. Okay, so let's get just some bog standard white card. Now I have got some more panels cut from when I cut the other one, so I might use one of these here. You can see everything I've got on the table, can't you? Yes. Okay, the two colours for today are going to be the two pinks. So we have one returning, Berry Burst, and we have the new Bubble Bath. Loving this colour. Haven't used it too much yet, but definitely loving that colour. So I'm going to use the lighter shade for the background and the detailed for the infill pieces. Now we're going to die cut these, so it really doesn't matter where we put them. It is the first time I've inked this up, so I'm going to just take that berry burst here, and I'm going to stamp this one first. There is a method in my madness. Normally I would build up. There we go. So the trouble is when you're working with pale colours, it's quite often hard to see the pale colour to stamp on top of it. But if we do it this way round, okay, we have the detailed image there already. It's a lot easier for me to see something underneath there. Can you see? Hopefully you can see that with me. I can see exactly where to place that one. Just going over the top there like so. So you've got something to line up with. Okay, I'm going to do this the other one the opposite way just to show you the difference. So if we stamp this one first, it's the paler one. Okay, pop that one there. Okay, these colours might actually not be too bad, but on some images and some colours you end up so pale. Like here, I can't see underneath there because the shape of the outside is in the way. That is the way round I want it to be, but I can't see where exactly to place that image. So it's going to be a lot easier to place that one. Okay, have something to work to, and then stamp this one over the top because we can see where it's going to fit. Okay, there's the two flowers up there. There's all the shapes. And there we are, we can come down on it. Okay, hope that makes sense. Okay, so that you just the order that you stamp them, it makes it a lot easier. I couldn't see that one clear enough to be able to line it up. So let's do ourselves another couple of those. Okay, just picking that one up again there. We will die cut these and then pick odd numbers. So just go for that one again. We can see all of those edges. I can just see slightly the pink on the ink, but that's going to be the best way of doing that, definitely. And then this one, same again. I love how these layer up. They are fabulous because Stampin' Up have done it so cleverly, so that they basically have done all the hard work for us. So this is the little Duke at the bottom. This looks a little bit bubbly on here. I think it's because it's such a very new pad. Okay, but it stamps nicely. Okay, so just bring that in to get those shapes in. Ooh. First time it went really good, didn't it? There we go. Got it. Okay, look at those. It's not quite lined up on that one. I can do another one. It's good practice. When you are using these for the first time and you've got layering stamps, anything that layers, a little tip for you on that is to mark the edge. A little bit of ink on that one, a little fleck. Mark the edge of your image with a Sharpie pen. So if you know where you get a good line up, then mark one and then mark the other one. As soon as you've stamped it, mark where that's going to be. And it makes it easier for you to place that over the top because you just look for your Sharpie mark. Okay, so that one's coming up a little bit higher. In there. There we go. But I prefer to do it on this way up on these because it just is easier to line them up. Okay, so we're going to die cut some of those. Pop these inks out of the way for now. Okay, pop the clipboard out of the way. That's my little mat for today. I'll bring this up. We don't need the embossing plate. We're going to cut today. Just get that one out. Okay, so you sit under there. Now I'm going to cut this over because when you have images like this, you can, if you've got a really scratchy plate, I think I said it the other day, if you've got a really scratchy plate, you can actually get the lines from your machine, your plates, in the way. So I'm going to do 2 of those at a time. Grab these. So my dies are all been mounted onto my magnet sheets in here. So the smallest one is going to be one of these two. We've just got to find the right shape. Okay, again, putting the dot on here really helps. Okay, I will take some time out to do these. There is the little bulb that I'm looking for, so I'm going with that image there. And just need some of this masking tape, the repositionable tape, to stick on there, just so that they don't move, because it's quite crucial to have that lined up properly. Well, I'm glad I've got some people here who aren't watching Sewing Bee. Helen, you're probably watching the telly and watching me, are you? I know you like Sewing Bee. Okay, just pop that one on there for now. Have the plate and run through. Just gonna move it over a little bit. I'm running out of space there. We'll slide him back. Because they're just outline images, they just pop away really, really nicely, look. So move him and pop on the next one. We weren't going to use that one, were we? We're going to use this one. Slightly outside the lines. There we go, do this one first. So whereabouts are you all? Are you all as cold as I've been today? I've been really cold. It's been a really cold day. I nearly succumbed and lit the wood burner tonight because it was so bad. But then I decided I'd just put some thick warm slipper boots on, my winter ones, and a jumper. And then hubby turned the heating up slightly and it did start to get warmer. So, but it's very, very cold everywhere. Okay, so that's those two. Pop those out, put them to one side. The dies can just sit on the folder there for now. 2 and 2. There we go. We might want some more a little bit later. So I'm going to put this one back down on the table. Now for my leaves. It's been cold a day after 3. The sun came out again. Yeah, it has been freezing, Gillian. I don't know where everybody is, but yeah, definitely I'm with you. It's definitely colder. So I've done those leaves now. Those pieces are done. We just come back to this just to give you an indication where we're going. We're not sticking them down yet. So I will raise some of those, some flat, some raised. I'm in two minds with the background, but the other girls have chosen the colours for me. I kind of would like to have 3. So we will see how this goes. How would we like to do this? I feel it, there needs to be some raised and some flat. Just keep playing around with those. That one there, that's only 4, but we're going to have some leaves as well, so leave that there for a moment. So just to see what we think of the blues. You can kind of see the colours there. So the other 2, I'm going to have the leaves. Now the leaves in here, we have this little branchy piece here, and we have this little 2-tone, this one here. So I'm going to take those out, this one and that one. Okay, now the colours that they chose, just reminding you, were the lemon and the lemon lime twist, lemon lolly and lemon lime twist. So I was thinking maybe some of this in the ink for the centres. So I think I might take a quarter panel of this one and look at the dies, see what we can do on the die front. Kind of feeling a little bit boxed in at the moment. So let's see. This one is definitely going to cut an outside image and this one's going to be an outside. So we do need to stamp those. So I think I'm going to remove this, bring my clipboard back in, and I'm going to go for the stamped versions. So we've got the stamps out. We have the ink here. So let's mount these ones. And one big block here and a little one. A bit excessive on the size, but going to be my best fit for today. That one for there and this one for here. So we're going to grab some more white card and do the same again as we did before. So we're going to stamp these up. This, I'm using the lemon and lime twist. It's kind of a greeny yellow. It's a very nice shade. If you were around when it was here before, the berry burst and the lemon lime twist were in the same set of in colours that came back. So they came out together and they have come back together. You're in East Yorkshire, just putting the heating on. You've done well to survive this long. It's obviously warmer up north. Okay, so I'm doing a couple of the bigger ones. I'll do 3 while I'm in here. Pop that one in the gap. Okay, that's that one. Like I say, this is the first time I'm inking this one up, so I didn't own it until just before the catalogue finished. And because we've got space, I will lose another one in there. Okay, take those ones away and we'll die cut those quickly. And it's amazing when you add the leaves to a project, suddenly it will transform. I'm going to put that out of the way because the machine will knock it over. Bring the cut and emboss machine back again. So I'm going to cut some of these off so that we don't have scratchy lines everywhere. Okay, just cut through there like so. Then we've got one of these. Line him up. And the tape. There's a piece of tape. Oh, still attached. These ones are still attached to the die, so I'll just borrow those back again. That one to go on there. There have been some gorgeous projects shared with this, using this set, but like I say, I'm late to the party on this one. Okay, there was another set that I did the same with. Oh, the cherries was another one. It was in the other catalogue, and I went a year without using it, and then bought it at the end. So we'll put some of these with my card. Don't want to lean in front of the camera too much. Go in the bin in a sec. Those are the images, look. So really cute. Okay. So I hope you know what I mean with the lines on your cutting plates. This is a fairly new one, but there are some dents on here already. And if you put that onto the cardstock, you can get dents coming onto the other piece that you don't want. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure I can find a space to put this one on. Stick that down. That one on top. And through we go. Slide them off. There we go. That's another one. Turn that one round. Do this one. So what are your favourite colours that have come back? I say the berry burst and the bubble bath. The bubble bath is the new one, but I think those two work so nicely together. I'm pleased that berry burst has come back. We all don't like to lose certain favourites, but we know that colours do change periodically. It's been 5 years since the last one. There we go. Time. Yeah, sorry if I confused you earlier with the false start. Okay, that's for the bin. I can keep a couple more of these. These little ones are quite handy. I'm doing a few more of those because they're quite handy to tuck under images where you just want a tiny bit showing. It just breaks up the whiteness around the edge, and I think it's going to help me with the frame, with the trellis. So I'll ask Susie to put some comments on, and Trisha, who were winging with me earlier and helped choose the colours. Okay, Susie does like her bright colours. About the weather, some friends that I was with yesterday were saying how they'd lost a couple of young trees in their garden because of the late frost. So now if I start to enter some of these and just tuck these round, we can kind of break up that grid on the background there. Okay, these can come and poke out of the edges just under under some of the flowers. I do want to use some dimensionals in here, but I am wondering if that blue is right for me. What do we think? Ladies, give me some feedback on that one. I have another thinking that I might just do. I'm going to lay those to one side and I'm going to bring my mat back. I'm going to clean this. I have my chamois here. And just rub this over and clean this off. We've got the blue on here. The tranquil tide. Is it tranquil? A Tahitian tide. Okay, so that's all nice and clean and squeaky clean. So I'm just going to dry that one off on here. Just press it onto a mat. Just scrap paper, just copy paper. Okay, and that's fine. Just a little bit of wet in there. So now I'm going to take the yellow, because I'm wondering if the yellow is going to be a lighter colour to use. Oh, look at that. It's a bit vibrant. It's very juicy again. Extremely juicy. Okay, there's no little bits in the background on that one. So I'm just going to stamp that one off. Just like we did before, just to take the worst off. A little bit more in the middle. And then take another quarter panel and then lay that on there. This way up. Okay. So it's just over those edges, and press it down smoothly, and then pop the piece of paper on the top again. Okay, and we're just going to massage that over the top. I'm keeping it still, so I'm always holding it with one hand, so it hopefully won't move. Okay, press that over well, and then lift that up. And there we've got the yellow. Now the yellow is a paler colour, and I'm hoping that that's going to just change our look. I'm not so sure actually. It is fainter. Let's just take that one away and exchange it for that one. Who's still on there with me? Shaz, you've just come on. Do we think the yellow, or do we think the lemon lolly, or do we think the blue underneath? Okay, I've got some more leaves to go on. I need a vote. The yellow it kind of goes better with the greenery, I think. So we've got that one. Or we've got that one. And some greenery. I need some input here, ladies. I'm not sure. Not sure on the colours. Oh look, there's two yellows. There we go. Well, Susie, sorry Susie, you're going to lose out on this one. I'm just going to trim this one down because it just needs a little bit taken off the edges. And we'll see how that looks. The blues, I can see where Susie was coming from with the blues, but I really don't think that's maybe the right shade of blue. I'll just take that one, and I eyeball things quite regularly. Onto the back, I turn it over, and I grab a pencil. I just want to take a shaving off the edge there to bring it down to the length that I want. And so we've got the same border all the way around. Line that up in my trim and chop that off. Okay, and there we go. So as we've had 3 yellows, sorry, there we go. We're going to have to go with it now. So Tombow, hello Tombow. So we'll put this one down first. I love the pinks together and I love the flowers stamped. Guess who? Smudge has come to say hi, Shaz. She's insistent, isn't she? Okay. There we go, all the way around the yellow. Check. So this is Lemon Lolly, another new colour. Really nice to have some pastels in this time. So the Bubble Bath is a great favourite, and this Lemon Lolly, I was thinking it was paler than this. We have slightly stamped this off. So I'm going to build these up. I'm going to get my dimensionals out. Hi Smudge. She knows you came on because she's come and said hello at the same time that you checked in. Okay. So I'm using edges on this one. I have got new ones, but I've got to use these ones up first. So just snipping these nearly 3/4 pieces out from the sides here. Nothing gets wasted. I hope you all use your pieces up. Okay, another one that end. There and there. There and there. Okey-doke. Look on these ones. Let's just pop some of these on first, and then we'll keep some flat and some raised. Do these as a trio, sort of like so. Once you've got images matted up like this, you can slide other things underneath them. So it kind of, I like to have the dimension there. Just need to get those first two placed. Okay, maybe pads on both of those. One there, one there, the one in the corner, and come there. So those can either overlap that way or underneath like so. I know the rules of 3. Get some, maybe like so. Let's get those 2 down for starters. So I'm coming here. We can also come over the edges of our projects as well. We don't have to stick within the guidelines. There we go. And then we see these, we can just tuck in around the edges. Pop some of those and some of these. I like the taller ones to come up the side here. Now when you've got a Stampin' Dimensional in the way, what we can do is just snip through here, snip that height away, and then we can still have that poking out under the side there like so. I like that. Okay, so we can just pop that one over under that side piece there. No straight edges are showing. As long as the fern is not sticking out the side of our card, we've got a piece there. And then the same with these ones. We just want a few branches off there. So we can break that one through the middle of the join and come down there. So this one can come under there. Oops. Tweezers do make it a lot easier. I like the ones in the heat embossing kit, but they are reverse ones. On my head can't work with the fact that they come out back to front. So I'm going to put a few of those textures as well. I've used these for years, so you kind of like to stick with the tools that you know. This one is a bigger branch, but I don't really want it that big coming out of here, so I'll cut that one off as well. Just cutting through where you think it's a good break point. The fact there's a straight edge, we will not see that at all because it's going to come out there. Okay, so we'll get those ones in. Dots on the ends. Because they're raised, we can just slide that underneath there like so. So So we have some greenery, and then another little solid leaf coming in. Half and half. I'll put a little piece of dimensional on that end, there, and then pick it up and some Tombow the other end. So we have some and some, because it's going to slide, that piece is going to go under there, sit flat between those layers, and this one will come underneath there. And a few more of these, I think, just to give it the texture of the two different leaves. Where would we like that? Come through the middle. Tweezers just manage to get your fingers out of the way, so you kind of can see different textures coming through. Okay, we've also got this little one here. Would we like to put another flower on somewhere? That could actually come in there and move this one out a bit. Because we've got tweezers, we can just grab hold of that. He's not fully set yet, so you can pull that one back a bit and then sit this one in the center there like so. So I'll put another dimensionals on there. Snip a couple more. Take them out. And I can just kind of come over that little messy bit there, like so. There we go. We've got a couple more sets of leaves if we need them. Because these are quite open leaves, I do quite like to have a little bit extra on there. So put that one raised. This one flat. And that can come in there like so. And they've just got those kicking up at the edges. Okay, I think that will do us, won't it? Now we haven't got a sentiment on here. This set does not have sentiments. Okay, so pop them in the bin. What I'm going to quickly do is grab oh, come back. Nearly had a landslide. This set here was, I'm not Paper Florist. I have a set of dies hiding from you. These ones here, wanted to say, these were the ones I used the other night on my last live, and they've got various greetings on here, but I kind of quite like this Feel Better Soon that I used, because it comes as a long die down there, and I think it's going to fit nicely. A bit coincidence that I used the pinky colours the other night. I was using Melon Mambo, I think, the other night. So I'm going to quickly run those two through, and then we will be finished. So a couple of pieces of pinks. So we'll go with the same format that we did last time. That one is a scrap. That one might fit on there. That will fit there. This one, sadly, I don't have any scraps of this one. So I'm just going to cut a little piece off on my lap here. Just cut that tiny little piece out, and those two can go through. And then we would have that. I think it's nice to have some thank you, some get well cards and thank you cards ready. To have at hand, because they're the sort of cards you need. You don't always get time to make a card when you need one. So these will be good to have on hand. There we go. You only work with the reverse ones. Hi, Jean. Cat telepathy, yeah, definitely. She's gone away again now, so she said hello and gone. So just take those ones through. There we go. I'll get the bits off later. Tomorrow I have someone coming around to see me, but I have time to tidy up tomorrow, so I will go back through tonight. There we go. And clear up in the morning. So that's that one, that's that one. Those go back with the die set. Clear this all up into the bin. Just poke some of these extra pieces out. Okay. Love these dies, I really do. You will be seeing me use them a lot. just that they happen to be on the table. And this set, if I just remind you where the stamp set is, the stamp set has no dies with it. There's nothing there whatsoever. So it's good to have the dies. I do like the die sets. So run those through. Just going to pop these two together with my tweezers. This layer is going to come down on here. Okay, just tuck that one in, and then this one will come over the top. So like I did the other night, just make sure that those pieces are out of the way, because there's a little fill-in piece there. She's back again, Shaz. Okay, so I'm just putting some dots of my Tombow, just holding it and just spreading it around. I'm not going to dot every single little piece, just dot it. So you can only just see it really. Okay, and it will catch. There'll be enough to catch. You don't need every single piece glued. Of course, the other thing is if you're doing lots of these and you wanted to use the adhesive sheets, then you could use those. Really must do a sample with one of those one day, so you can see how it works. It's really simple. It's just this is the cost-effective way of doing it, and because they're tools I have to hand all the time, the Tombow, I can just dot it on there quite gently, and that won't take. So I'm going to start that at the top there, press that down, anchor at the bottom corner, and then everything else should just fit into place. You can slide it slightly with the Tombow. There we go. Look how beautiful that is. Love the look of that. Feel better soon. Okay, don't need those ones. And I'm going to raise that up because I think it would be nice. So again, I've got some edges around here. We'll just snip these pieces. And we put these onto the larger sections around here. So one in there, 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 there. And then these skinny pieces from the other sides, I'm just going to balance on the top there. I think that's all we need. So just take those off. And there we go. So we've got different shades of pink tonight. I know we had pinks the other night. Under or over. I think the leaf can come over the top of it. Okay, and make sure that your mat is straight and you're happy that the greeting is straight. Plop that down there. And there's our finished card. We could put some gems on if we wanted some gems. So I think the clear one's going to be nice. These are my go-tos. I always go for the clear gems. And it just needs to be some random ones dotted about. Put 5s on just because. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. So you've just got a little bit of bling. Just put them randomly on there, and there is our card for tonight. Get those out of the way. You can see that. Beautiful. Oh, here she needs her traits. You're still here, bless. Yes, beautiful colour combinations. It was just the fact that I liked the two-tone of the pinks. We had a little vote earlier on the Wing It Wednesday, and I said, look, this is the set I want to use. What colours would you like? What would you like to see? And both of them are watching, that were choosing the colours, both watching Sewing Bee. So they'll watch on replay and see what we did. Okay, so love that one. Like I say, I love these greetings, and that's christened another set that I haven't used lately. And I will try different colour combinations with that as well. Okay, so thanks for joining me. I will come back over to you now, take that off. I will let you know that there, from tomorrow, those of you watching who aren't demos, there are the DSP. There's a whole range of the DSPs, not the foils or the fancy ones, but the straightforward designer series paper, 6-inch and 12-inch, are 15% off for the whole month of June. And also there's a starter kit offer. So you get extra value with £154 for £99. So if you are hovering and you've got a long wish list, if it's £99 or more, you certainly need to be getting in touch with me and let me give you the best deal that there is at the moment to save you money. Okay, so take care. I will post a photo of the card up in the group in a sec, and I will see you again on Sunday. So ta-da, bye for now. Stay warm. Definitely stay warm. It's very cold out there today. Okay.